Good morning, and welcome to another edition of Law Enforcement Wednesday. The Los Angeles Police Department is comprised of just under 10,000 officers and just over 3,000 civilian staff. It's the third largest municipal police department in the United States, after New York City Police Department and the Chicago PD. The department operates in an area of 502 square miles, which is 2.5 times the size of Guam, and to protect a population of over 4 million people. To say the LAPD is busy is a gross understatement. Now, Hollywood loves to show the gang violence, police shootouts, and high-speed chases as just another day in the life of an LAPD officer. These circumstances are definitely something that the brave men and women of the LAPD have to deal with. In 2019, the LAPD had a documented 1.692 million interactions with the public. Now, out of all of those interactions, a mere 5% arrests occurred, and a total of 0.14% resulted in the use of force. A very different picture than the ones painted by the action-packed movies we love to watch for entertainment. On September 21st, 2020, a rescue was captured on body cam video showing a LAPD police officer in the San Fernando Valley pulling a disabled man from a car wreck moments before the vehicle is consumed by flames. Car wrecks in LA may go hand in hand, but you never know when a car accident will escalate into a vehicle being consumed in flames and creating an even more dangerous situation. The video shared to Facebook shows officers approaching a minivan that's billowing smoke. After asking onlookers to clear the area for their own safety, one officer approaches the vehicle, helps a man who appears not to have the use of his legs out of the car's passenger seat. Another man, possibly the car's driver, helps the officer carry the disabled man to a safe distance away from the vehicle. Moments after the officer and the other man carry the disabled man to a place of safety, the video shows the minivan engulfed in flames. Not only did the officers assist in ensuring the safety of these individuals involved in the wreck, but according to the agency's Facebook post, the man's wheelchair was destroyed in the fire. So an officer replaced the wheelchair with a new one through a donation. It was another routine patrol shift, the LAPD tweet said. Moments later, a car was engulfed in flames, and LAPD Foothill officers had pulled a disabled man out. The officer said they were just doing their jobs. Those who have taken an oath to serve and protect take that oath very seriously. This isn't a profession that people get into so they can become rich or famous. They have a heart to serve and are willing to place themselves at the point of friction to ensure the safety of their citizens. Our law enforcement officers have no clue what type of call dispatch is going to send them out on next. They have to be cool, calm, professional, and flexible with every situation they find themselves in. Every officer has to have the ability to go from a routine interaction with a citizen during, let's say, a vehicle accident to any number of possible high-intensity situations with a possible escalation of force. This ability is developed from intense situational training, mentorship from senior officers, and a core desire to serve others before themselves and make their community safe and the well-being the number one priority. Think on this for a moment. We often get upset when we get pulled over by law enforcement. We receive a citation for some type of infraction, and when the officer walks away and we continue on with our day, we're upset at the officer. Why is this? Had we not been doing anything wrong, just driving along, obeying the law, we never would have been pulled over to begin with and had any interaction with law enforcement. For some reason, we try and make it the officer's fault for our wrongdoings. What we fail to realize is that every time a law enforcement officer gets out of their car to give us a citation or issue us a warning for our inability to follow the law, we are actually placing them in harm's way. By gaining a better understanding for what our law enforcement officers do every single day, it allows us to gain a better perspective of the personal sacrifice they're willing to make for our well-being. We don't and can't understand the call they just responded to prior to the interaction they have with us. They could have just responded to a call of child abuse or spousal abuse, a call where someone had lost their life and they witnessed it. This is a burden they choose to answer so others don't have to. Better understanding this burden allows us to be more compassionate and empathetic to why that officer was professional and direct when they pulled you over for doing 15 over the speed limit and texting at the same time. It very well may have been because they had responded to so many calls where they've seen a child get injured by someone doing the exact same thing. We appreciate all our law enforcement officers and what they do for us across this great country. It's a demanding job that comes with very little gratitude for what they do. People don't line up for hours to get their autographs, and they don't make millions of dollars, but they personally take pride in the difference they're able to make in the communities they serve. The same communities where they live themselves and want their own loved ones to be safe. Our mission here at Bird's Eye View Project is simple: serve those who serve us. We do this by supporting organizations like America's Defenders, who come alongside the families of our fallen law enforcement officers and ensure they are taken care of the right way. If you know of a story highlighting our brave men and women of our law enforcement community, send it to us at info@birdseyeviewproject.org so we can share it with everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Law Enforcement Wednesday. If you enjoyed this episode, like it on social media. Be sure to share it and invite one of your friends to watch in the future. Remember, love on one another, be kind to one another, and always serve those who serve us.